Hello, my family. I got something today. First time, before I show it to you, I want to thank each and every one of you this past month. I want to thank you all very much for watching my videos, for spending time with me, for sharing with me. Because of that, I was seriously blessed. And with the blessings, I said that I usually will get what we need on this homestead. And I have one last piece that I was desiring so much because it would benefit us in a great way. I had an attachment for my KitchenAid. However, it really, in my opinion, the reviews for it, now maybe it works for somebody else, but you really have to be really delicate with that thing. I will tell you that everything on it is plastic, and thank you to my brother for helping me get through a segment where I could actually make some, I think it was rigatoni that I made. I want to thank you for that because you actually helped me be able to get through to at least make that pasta. But you have to put a small amount in, y'all, like a rope, and it just did not work very well. Everything clumped together. It just didn't separate nicely, so it was a mess. However, I did what I had to do, like most of us. We just sometimes do what we have to do. Now, I will say my blessing was made possible, and I got my bucket list, y'all, and thank you very much, because I got the Philips 7000, y'all. This is going to help me and my husband a whole lot. This is going to help me not have to buy pasta and count and rely more on our milled wheat, whether it be Durham or Kamut. So thank you for helping me do this. It was not only because of me saving, y'all, it was the efforts of you being able to share with me, spending time with me, and watching the videos. So thank you. Now, I am going to be working with this machine today, and I'm going to show you the steps where I'm learning. And I'll be honest with you, there is one particular person that I am learning very closely from, and that is lovely Belle Bakes. She has been an amazing teacher into fresh milling, and I'm just passing it on. I will put the link to her for this machine in the description box below. In the meantime, though, y'all, if you have the attachments like I have, by all means use it. If you have a KitchenAid, the attachments for it is cheaper. It's not the best in the world, but it will work. It's what I used. I have a lot of devices that I had in the meantime, and I passed those on after I had upgraded. So there's a lot of in the meantimes for all of us. And honestly, before I got this, or even that KitchenAid attachment, my very first pasta machine is a hand cranked $35 machine. It's not even a machine, it's a hand cranked device. And it does have ravioli attachments. It has spaghetti, fettuccine, linguine, lasagna. It was really good for flat types, pappardelle, flat type pastas. It's really good for that. Now, I am going to tell you, since I got this machine, I'm going to look into fun little pasta pieces. I have my eye on the attachment that has chickens. Yes, I will have little chicken pastas. They have little cows, horses, farm animals. I love my rotini, so I'm looking into the rotini pieces, because what it comes with, honestly, y'all, is there is 8 pieces here, but it doesn't have everything I like. So I love the rotini. I love having the pappardelles. So I'm going to be, now this one came with pappardelle, but there's other pieces that I would like to get, so I'm gonna be looking into those. I've got them in my Amazon wish list, so I've got them already set up which ones I want. Now the ones that we do have, and I believe, let me get the book because I'm still learning all these shapes. These are shapes I've never had before, so I will tell you what this machine comes with. There is another one that they say, just to let you know, I didn't know this at the time. There are two versions of this machine though. One is a Philips Advance, I think it is, and then the other is the Philips 7000. From what I'm understanding, one's a newer model, one's an older model. The 7000 is a newer model to the Advance, but they basically are the same machine. So look into that. If I'd have known then what I know now, I would have looked probably into the Advance. I don't know what it cost either, but I will tell you, this machine was on sale. That's the only reason I got it. So watch those sales, y'all. What does it come with? It comes with the spaghetti, fettuccine, panini, lasagna, angel hair. Wow, I love angel hair. Tagliatelle, pappardelle, and thick spaghetti. So I am looking at the wagon wheel pasta shapes, the rotini pasta shape, the barnyard animal pasta shapes. They actually have ones for Halloween too, and Christmas, stockings of Santa Claus, believe it or not, y'all. So with Durham wheat, no egg, you can actually dry that pasta and put them on your shelf. So can you imagine fun holiday pasta? I know I'm crazy, right? But if you got something, have fun with it, right? So I'm gonna have fun with it. But anyways, this is what we have now. I am wanting to make, honestly for me, I don't want meat today, so I'm going to make a lemon pasta, Mediterranean style. For my husband, he's the meat dude, so I'm just gonna throw in some, a little bit of Italian, what do you call, mild Italian sausage. I'm gonna throw that in there with his so that he has meat, but I'm not. And then I'm gonna have a Caesar salad on the side with it. So today we are going to be working with this machine. Also, in the future, I'm going to mean this very seriously, I have machines that I want to cover from dust. We live on a road that has, in the summertime, dust flies everywhere. It drives me crazy. And so my machines get dusted. I have Green Mill, the Nutri-Mill Classic I want to cover. I now want to be able to cover this Philips, and I have a Nutri-Mill Artis mixer and my KitchenAid mixer. So that means there's going to be a sewing segment to be able to make covers to cover all of these. I know a lot of people like to do the same thing I do, and from what I've seen, now I crocheted one. Honestly, I'd rather sew it, so it's going to make it a lot easier, a lot simple. But the crocheted one that I made for my KitchenAid actually fits the Philips. So I'm going to see, I'm going to make it for the KitchenAid and see if it will cover. If it does, y'all, we're going to have a sewing segment on covers for our machines. So watch for this as well. Also, I know where to get material at. Our Walmart now sells material in different squares, so wait till you see the kind I got for this homestead. They sell it in 1 to 3 yards of material, and they have some really cool ideas. So let me shut my mouth. Let's get started, y'all. Let me get ready, and we will be back. right, y'all, you ready to make some pasta? I had already milled. I actually did too. And Mr. James wants to try the Durham wheat. That makes me nervous, but we're going to try it. And here's why. Basically, when I did all the research about Durham wheat, mainly it was talking about, and I'm going to assume this because not everybody is as crazy as I am, has our own grains and millet. There's a lot of us becoming more and more aware of having whole grains. Milling our own turns out to be a lot better because we get more pure form. However, there's still a lot that still use the enriched. So I'm going to assume that the studies that were done with the basically enriched or the processed. Now, even the stuff that we get through Italy can tend to be processed, but maybe not as bad because you can take wheat, mix it with water, and dry it. So you don't really need eggs either. And then you got the commercial. But 95% of the time, commercial gets involved. Well, we know what happens. So we're going to use the purest form. I'm going to try that. And I went and milled whole wheat Durham, or whole Durham wheat. So we're going to try this from raw, pure form like the Kamut. Only this time, I'm not using the Kamut. We're going to use Durham wheat. So y'all, let's get started. I'm anxious to try this thing, but I'm nervous too because it's kind of intimidating. The first time on anything doesn't normally work very well, but we'll see. All right, y'all. And I told you, I'm going to put the link to Lovely Belle Bakes video link. It's only fair to give her credit because I'm literally learning from her right now. So I am going to use 500 grams of Durham wheat, fresh milled. Now I will say this is going to make a lot of pasta. Yes, it is. But I'm going to freeze my pasta. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh this out and get 500 grams of Durham flour. Okay, y'all, so the recipe is 500 grams of Durham flour or Kamut flour. So I'm going to add this straight into this changer. You know, this thing almost seems too good to be true, honestly. They say it's super easy. It's just what I'm fixing to do. Just put this in here. Now there is going to be a process because this is using fresh milled. Fresh milled knows we got to give it time to absorb liquid. So we're going to treat this just like we do when we make bread. It's going to have a downtime. So there's 500 grams of Durham wheat flour, 7 grams of salt we're going to throw in here. I have 140 grams, now it's 140 to 160 grams of water. It is suggested for us to start with the lower, and that's exactly what I'm going to do before you add any more. So we're going to start with 140 grams and 1 egg. If I need more water, I can add it from there, but I'm going to give this a chance to work. I'm going to add the egg to my water, and I'm going to whisk this. Mix this all together, and then we're just going to add this pasta in here. Now, the way this thing opens, there's a trap right here. This is where our liquid falls in. It's got holes, if you can see those 3 right there. So that liquid falls through there. You put this in here, and it just snaps. There's a little button that you push here, and if you can see that moving, that piece right there, it's a lock mechanism. So I'm going to plug this up. I'm going to hit, let's see, power. It's on automatic. Then we're going to hit play from there. Hang on, let's see, yeah, that's automatic. Play, pause, yep. Okay, so It automatically sets on automatic, and this is the extrusion only. This is where it starts to pull out. We do not want that to do that. So we're going to hit this button, the play button. This is our start and pause. It is set for 3 minutes. At this point, I'm going to slowly add, oops, stop. Hold on, y'all. I put that egg in the wrong water. Be right back. Here's my 140 grams right here. I'm glad I caught it beforehand. Okay, let's try this again, this time the right way. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my egg and water mixture into our mix. Get my big old arm out of your way. Mix up in here now. Now I'm going to mix this up until this 3 minutes is completely over at 0, because at that point I'm going to stop this machine, because if I don't, it's going to start pouring out with the dough. We don't want it to do that. We want this to be able to absorb first before we do anything else. So I'm going to keep my eye on this timer. I also see I'm going to stop this for a minute. I'm going to open this up because I got flour on the top here. I want to push this down in here. Go ahead and finish that. Yeah, hear how quiet this thing is? Like, there is no noise to this whatsoever. This is crazy. This thing supposedly just, it mixes it up for you and extracts it from you. There's no more kneading with my hands. Since I have carpal tunnel, this does amazing for that. This machine was made to do this for me. Now it's starting to look crumbly like sand. Actually a little more than that. So and if I have to add just a little bit more water, I can actually do that. But before I do, I want to make sure that this is going to absorb first, because I do not want to jump ahead of it, just in case. And then I'm going to set this for at least 20 to 30 minutes to allow this to absorb. I'm going to set it for 20 minutes. You want to make sure if you're doing this fresh meal to be on it. Now, I'm going to turn this off, set this button for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we'll be back because we're going to have to do this all over again, and then we're going to let it extract. So, see you in 20 minutes, y'all, when we find out how much of this absorbs. One thing I forgot to do, y'all, I wanted to show you how to change these. So once all of this is done and we go to clean it, I'm going to take it apart, show you how to take it apart, how to assemble it, and how to change each disc. So make sure that's tight. That's the one thing right there. It's not that hard either. This thing is really simple. It comes with a scraper to get your pasta off there. It comes with a little brush and a pick to remove any dry bits into these pieces. I actually got to find out what this piece is for. It has something to do with the angel hair pasta, but we'll find out. Alright, so a lot of people will have it extracting from here and then make nests and put it on their pan. I am literally going to be draping this on what is called a pasta drying rack. So I'll be draping mine over this, but I'm going to use this pan to catch the pasta as it comes out. So I'm going to set this aside over here, and as we get the strands long enough, I'll cut them and drape them on here. So when you see me taking them off, this is where they're going to be going. This thing is super easy, y'all, and it was really inexpensive. So these, yes, it's plastic, so this pulls out and then it bends, but how we put it in is we bring it up, push it in, and then it stays in place. And the legs, pretty much the same way. I push it through and pop it in, and this thing stores. This thing is cool because watch, it's super easy. Pull them out just like that. Take the legs, just pop them a little bit, and this thing stores just like this. Very compacted, kind of like an umbrella. When you go to open it, turn it upside down, bring out all the umbrella pieces like so. Take the legs, pop them up, line them up, pull them in and bend. This is super easy to do. Just like so. Oops, wrong way. Now, flip it over, pull them in or out, pull them up, push them in, pull it up, push it in. It's just, I got it off of Amazon. It was not expensive at all, and that's it. And now I'm ready to hang my pasta. Just that quick. So I'm going to put this aside, wait for this to absorb the liquid, go from there. Alright, y'all, it's been 20 minutes, and I will say the one thing you want to know if your pasta is actually going to work very well is when you want it to kind of stick. Well, this will come together, but it falls apart like real easy. So there's not enough moisture in here for me. So I'm just going to have to turn my machine back on, and I'm going to add more water to mine for the 3-minute process we're going to use. I'm not using very much though. I'm just going to use a little bit at a time because I do not want this overly done either. I kind of know based by making pasta by hand what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to check again, see the consistency that I need. Nope, still not enough yet. I'm just going to add just a little more. Okay. After this mixes, we'll be back and see how this works. Alright, y'all, so we've got 5, 4, 3. We're about to turn it to extracting. Now it's going to do this on its own, supposedly. And here it goes. So let's see how this works. We're going to see, they say sometimes it comes out rough. Look at this, y'all. You believe this? This is wild. Now sometimes it will come out jaggedy, they say, so we're going to see how this works. Yeah, and I'll be taking this first part like that. Look at this, y'all. Can you believe this? Look at this. This is so super cool. Now it's starting to come out a little bit smoother. So I'm going to cut this off. Turn this off. And what I'm going to do is just add this right back in here so that it can work back in there. I'm going to pop that back on, and it's going to go ahead and finish. No, this thing does everything on its own. I'm spoiled now. For those who referred this machine to me, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I've learned a lot about it, and this is a serious, very serious game changer on this homestead for me. It's saving my hands. I love what I do, y'all. Don't get me wrong. I really do love what I do. But my hands and all are not working like I used to. So, unfortunately, devices like this is going to be my best friend. And I am getting way better. These strings are coming apart so nicely. Cut this off. Just let that keep going until it's completely finished. And if I get too much of this, y'all, I can freeze these. You do not cook them ahead of time. You just go ahead and freeze it. So if I get too much, that's okay too. Now I'm actually going to try using my scraper here and see if it comes back better than using this plastic one. And you can use this to make nests out of instead. Yeah, that's better. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and finish this pasta. In the meantime, I'm going to turn my water on and get my water boiling for us to have supper tonight. This is going to be so cool. Alright, y'all, so this thing was amazing. I'm going to let you know what it did. So, and I should have been able to video that for you. But as it was extracting, all of a sudden it got to a point where it was getting low on dough, so it stopped itself, retracted, brought all the dough back out, and then brought it back around to extract. It kept doing that till there was no dough left. This thing is pretty smart. It pretty much knows when there's nothing left. So it stopped. There is no more, and I'm going to show you the amount of pasta we got from that 500 grams. Alright, right here I have 5 nest piles of pasta. And I have, remember our pasta tree? I have an entire rack of pasta. We have enough pasta here for maybe 3 to 4 meals. Now, I'm going to turn this off. I do not want to mess with this machine unless it is turned off. To be able to clean this or to pull these discs and change it, these knobs turn. So you want to turn these in simultaneously the same direction, and you're going to pull it till it comes off of that part right here. These little knobs right here, that's where those go on. Now that facing is off of it, and if you see here, this is the disc right here. And yes, it has some pasta in here, but there's not a whole lot of it. So I'm not going to fret. I'm going to go ahead and clean this out. Like so. And that's where these cleaning tools come from as well. Let's see here. Let's get this. Go ahead and pop those out of these little crevice holes in here. But this is how you change the disc also. So, like I said, I'm just cleaning out all this dough. And really, there's not a whole lot to say, oh, well, I wasted a whole lot. Because honestly, I'm not. I got way more than I anticipated out of this. This thing works amazingly. Now, I did have to add a little bit more water to mine. Sometimes on rainy days and stuff, our humidity is awful, but this time it's been dry, so it had to add some more. This comes out super easy, y'all. I'm just popping this with the little brush because it's kind of hard, just like this, and they're popping straight out of there. This thing is really not that hard to clean. Of course, I'm a different species too. Some people may find it's a little too much because they have to go through all these details, but to me, it's worth this. So that's that. Now that's over with. Now I pull this facing off, just like so. Get any remnants left over there. easy to clean. You can wash this stuff right here. Pull this piece out here. Like that. Oh, okay, this whole thing comes out just like so. And so that's easy to clean and put it back together. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, put it back together to show you what it's like. I'm going to go ahead and take this pasta around the edges here. This device does not go in the water, the rest of us can. So I'm going to go ahead, some of the flour got behind here, so I'm going to brush that in this container. Clean this off really good. I'm going to come back and put it together, and I'll show you how easy it is. So be right back with you. Okay, y'all, let's put this bad boy back together. So we're going to put our device back in here like so. Hang on a second. Show you. I got a few pieces back there, and I want to make sure that I get out of there. It's just nothing but flour, so I don't want that in there. So we'll just brush this out of there and get all that flour out. Okay, now we're going to put this back in here. I'm going to put this piece, it's squared off, so you just kind of make sure right there, just like that. We have our top piece, it snaps back on there. We take this piece here, run it through, bring these holes in here with these pegs. Just like so. Make sure everything is in here correctly. There it goes. Alright, now we take this piece here, slide it back on top, just like so. Take our facing, line it up here, and start twisting our pieces back on. I've not seen anybody do this on YouTube. Of course, I didn't look, so maybe somebody did. But if not, I just showed you. It's that easy, y'all. And changing out your disc, that's going to be easy too, and I'll show you how to do that right quick. So in your drawer, you have your different devices. So all you're going to do is open this back up. Pull this facing off. Hold on to this and pull your disc off. Go ahead and choose your next disc. Pop that back on. And again, put that back together. Just like so. Just like that. This thing is super easy. Really easy to clean. I didn't find too much hassle cleaning this. So, y'all, this is my do not regret machine. I love this thing. And people were right. If I ever got one, it would be a game changer. I would love this, and there would be no other. So they were absolutely correct. This thing is fabulous. So that's it. Now, I am told you that I'm going to protect this, so we will be making covers for these. In the meantime, I'm going to use the one that I had for my KitchenAid that I crocheted. Give you an idea what I'm looking at doing. Pop my disc back in. Cover this machine just like so. And that's it. Protected. So put these other pieces, clean out my measuring cup, put these all together and keep it with my machine. So y'all, that's the end of this one. Okay, so if you are going to ask me, is this machine worth it? My answer to you is absolutely yes. Was it worth me saving the money up for this machine? Absolutely yes. I am super, super happy. And y'all, I'm glad I even got it blessingly by a sale. I do not regret this machine, and I really hope this thing lasts forever for me, because this is what they said. That was definitely a dream machine, and I could see me enjoying making pasta, and it would help me not to be able to buy it from the store anymore. I don't have any of all those preservatives. I have very simple ingredients: water, eggs, salt, and flour. And the flour was milled. It's not even overly processed. This is about the cleanest pasta I could ever make. And that's even with using Kamut. So, would I be sad about this? No. Would it be a pain? Not necessarily, because on a day I don't have much to do, what do you think I could do? I could literally sit back here, make a bunch of pasta, and freeze it. And then I can have it ready for a meal. So, y'all, I'm going to look in some of my other discs as well and see if I can't find some other. I have ones. Okay, I'm going to tell you, Amazon, and I'm sitting in my wish list. There is a disc that has a rooster and a hen. I could see that being made in chicken noodle soup. I mean, how cool would that be? So, chicken noodle soup would be great. I could see there's wagon wheels shapes that could be used for a chili mac in the wintertime. Mix that with some chili. Then there was a couple others. I have the bow ties. I have the rigatonis, the twists, and a few others in my wish list I'm wanting to get. So, and I'll just do one at a time until I get them all. But I hope you enjoyed this segment, y'all, because I'm fixing to make supper. Again, it's late, but we had other things to do because this is a season where we also, because of all the storms, we're actually getting blessings. We're getting wood for our wood heater this year, and it's absolutely free. We just got to work. So, hence the reason I'm a mess, because, well, we were just working, getting up 2 truckloads of our little trucks full of wood, and then I came home, did the pasta, and now I'm fixing to cook it. So, y'all, I love you big time. And again, I thank you so, so much. Patience is a virtue, y'all. Putting away so much every time you get a chance is worth it to save it up for what you want. This thing here was absolutely amazing. It was under $300, y'all. So I was really blessed to get this machine. So thank you, and being frugal really helped too. So, all right, y'all, I got to get out of here. I got to get dinner done. Mwah! See you next time from Parton's Mediterranean Homes.